Hello world. I've long waited to make this, and the more I wait, the more I realize that I'm not gonna find the perfect time or place. So, without further ado, I decided to come to the woods, got my notepad, and let's get started. I turned 30 this year, and it led me to a lot of thoughts and reflections leading up to and after the day, society telling me what they expect, family, friends, in some sense typical stuff, others not so typical. This led me to writing and subsequently attempting to make this video. To anyone who sees this video, it's essentially my way of communicating with the wider world. And in this current day and age, that means the internet. Apologies in advance, as I'm not used to making videos, so I will be referencing my notes. I've lived now 3 decades on this planet, and I cannot give you a definite purpose or a concrete idea of everything I would like. I cannot do that for you or myself, unfortunately. And what I am realizing is that there is no objective reality or objective measurement in which we should be measuring ourselves by. I must achieve this by the time I'm 25, or I must achieve that by the time I'm 30. This isn't just me trying to cope, but I think we do need to find our own sort of value systems. Also, perhaps we should all stop looking for objective metrics and objective values and objective purpose in a world that seems to be, at least most of the time, littered with deeply subjective experiences. I think it might do us better, and it certainly has done a lot for myself to worry less about objective standards and savor subjective experiences a little more and value them, as I am only here living as me, and I want that to be an enriching experience. As a man moving through life, I've come to terms with much. As I'm getting older, I kind of start noticing a lot that's going on around me. You always notice, but maybe I have started caring more. Part of it is the conflict in the world. We sort of have to come to terms with the fact that we're still sometimes acting like cavemen, although we have years of evolution of our species, of social systems, and we still, for lack of a better word, beat each other with sticks. Sometimes you wonder why such things are still happening in the world. And it's hard to come to terms with. And I think a lot of us are just trying to not only to accept it, but figure out how we move forward. Another thing is realizing that power and governance is not always on our side, that societal systems are often designed to exploit and take away from us, and the common folk suffer while a lot of the elites, I hate to paint things as black and white. I'm not trying to say like it's an us versus them. However, realizing societal structures are often set up in a way to take advantage and exploit a lot of the people within them. And in the worst cases, to exploit the people who need the most help, who are perhaps at the bottom of the totem pole. And it's hard to realize that those systems aren't in place to protect or hold up noble values. And it's sad to think about. Instead of running in circles in my own head, I'm trying to communicate that. And that essentially is what brings us here. because my only hope is to somehow resonate and connect with my fellow humans who I know are on a similar journey. Like anyone, I feel a need to connect. We all, as humans, are part of a bigger organism, in my opinion. Whether you want to be part of it or not, unfortunately or fortunately, we exist in social systems. We exist as social creatures, and it is nearly impossible to completely shrug that off. I know that stepping into, a public discourse, or maybe making a video like this or future videos, opens up a whole new avenue to either face criticism or challenges in life. And part of me feels that, why don't I just remain quiet? Why don't I live comfortably and quietly? Because my life's not that bad. In fact, when you look around and use more objective measures, if we go back to that, I can feel like, hey, I'm doing well. But I believe it is worth being part of the conversation, and I believe there are a lot of conversations that need to be had. And I don't want to sit back and wonder what if. So being part of the conversation doesn't only mean putting yourself out there and, whatever format you choose, whether it's the written word or videos. For me, it's not in some vain hope that I can just influence or teach people my teachings, or that someone may learn from me. If I have something to teach, I hope all the knowledge I have can get passed on. However, I think it's important to enter with humility and be eager to learn from others. If I'm one man, there's billions out there who know things that I don't know, and it might benefit me to know. And shutting myself off from that, I think, is a big mistake. For a long time, I had reservations on making videos or putting my writings out there. A lot of the time, I prefer to write things down, as that just comes easier to me. And what I realized is it's easy to wade into the waters of procrastination or wait on the shores of indecision, but sometimes you just need to trudge through it and to go forward, and that's what I'm choosing to do now. I decided that today's gonna be the day. I by no means am a supreme authority on perhaps anything. I remain extremely fallible, like anyone, and perhaps more than many of you, maybe less than others. I've made plenty of bad choices in my life, so I don't think that I'm here to be a role model. However, I've survived my bad choices. I'm still here, and I have experience and stories to share from them. On the other side, I've made some good choices, and I've learned a lot from them as well. I know that in the remainder of my life, there's still a lot of bad choices as well as a few good ones in the tank. It's just how it is. Through it all, whatever choices, I remain a man living, experiencing, reacting, and reflecting in this life. After my 30th birthday, I decided I would create this channel. And here we are. I'm at an age where I feel I must pursue what I want until it's done, or until I don't want it anymore. I believe that's the only way for me to exercise my will and desire and what's in my head. Otherwise, the alternative is indignation, discontentedness with myself, and insanity from always wondering. And right now, I want to communicate with the wider world. I don't want to hide away. I don't want to put things off. And I want to do what I've thought to do for many years. And this, for me, is the start. It's time to put myself out there. It's time to pursue what I've long wanted to, but haven't had the courage to pursue. So, hello world. I'm Aladdin, and it's time to meet you.